It's hard compatible with, we don't agree with what's in your ordinance, we can't comply with that. And, I'm like, oh, I see, this is for you guys to go to the state, all of this right here. All right, we're going to call the meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. We're going to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Military. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please. Scott Jack.
Here.
Tim Brenner.
Here.
Eric Guttles.
Here.
John Congdon.
Here.
Chris Taylor. Here. Stacy Wells. Here. Rachel Stinky. Excuse absence. I'm going to make a motion to appoint John Congdon to chair this meeting in lieu of the absence of the supervisor. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All in.
Nay. Nay. No.
No.
No, it's supposed to be you.
Well, you can, the clerk can appoint anyone they want.
No. That's you.
With flashing lights.
Okay, did you? What
Yeah.
happened?
That was 42.
I have a question about that, me. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, Tim. Oh, yeah, not yet. All right, Tim. Oh, not yet.
Does that work too? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay. We're gonna go through the, Tim, you'll get a chance in your, comments unless you got something. I'm gonna put additions to the agenda. If you got something that you'll have a moment. You'll have time to do
I
that.
only got one question.
I hear ya.
I've only got one question. Why is the attorney here? I asked for the attorney to be on, I asked him to be here. I asked Rachel that, why ain't he here?
And we'll have to bring that up when Rachel's here. Okay, let's look at the approval of the minutes from June sixth.
Your mic on? Check out that better?
Better.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the minutes from June sixth.
Make a motion to approve the Board of Trustees meeting minutes from June 6, 2025.
I'll second.
And a motion to get support for those questions on the minute. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No. No.
Okay. Minutes passed. 4-2. All right, I will, now we're gonna do, addition to the agenda. I had 4 that I'd like to add. Under number D, new business. We have 2 recommendations for Board of Review alternates. Aaron Wuffel, I got that right, and Kim Ross. I don't know. Oh, there's one of them. So, we'll have time to talk about it, just to see if, to get them on the agenda. And then on the agenda for Farley Enterprise, the agenda says that they're only a grower, but their license also includes a processor. So just for clarification, I want to amend the agenda. Accordingly, that'll be under E. That's just for the Farley Enterprise. It's in your agenda. It just, it only included one of his drawer, but not a process. So where his licensing came falls, and it's just for clarification, I want the agenda to reflect that. I'll get yours on too. You have one to add to?
I have 3 of them to add.
I got the flower one.
Michigan flower,
I have that one.
I have Lemire.
Okay, let me finish these 4.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Then I'll take yours after that.
Okay.
That's okay. Is that all right? Okay. I want to add under F, Wade trim proposal. This is to have Waitrim do the ordinance book. Redo the ordinance book, I should say. That'll be F. And then G, I've got M Flower Renewal Class C. Yeah. And that, the information for that one is in your, it was in your box. Okay, now sorry,
What was G?
G's the M Flower Renewal. This is one of the ones that Tammy's given me. Apparently she has a couple more. So I'm gonna get I'll get the board if the board has any, but let me get yours then. So we're, let's do, the next one is H. What is that?
Lemire Capital. That's for a processor renewal.
Can't hear you.
Sorry.
Yeah, they come up here because we don't have this in our agenda, so. So someone may have questions regarding that, so this one.
Okay, so there is Lemire Capital. It's for AU-P-0000340. It's a processor renewal.
Okay.
Can you read that number again? I'm sorry. Yep, AU-P-0000340. And then the M Flower Candy with license. AU-G-C-001542.
Okay, if we know that, let's go to number, this will be I. Go ahead.
Precision Capital. And there are 2 grower C licenses. The first one is AU-G-C-0001174.
These are renewals.
Yes. And the next one is AU-G-C-0000568.
The name of that?
Precision Capital.
That's a decision, that's just the number.
Yes, he has 2 Class C reps.
Is that it, Tammy?
That will be it.
Okay, so that brings us down to I. Does any of the board members have an addition to this? No. Oh, what do you got, Eric?
Office assistant personnel.
HIJ, office assistant. Okay,
What's, other than office assistant personnel, what's it about?
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
yeah, he's just asking to add it to the agenda.
Okay, I got one to add. How about outside board member, actions?
Hold on, just a minute, HIJ, that'd be K. Okay, what is it?
Outside.
Brief it down for what?
Yeah, board members outside actions.
Board outside action.
Basically giving people the finger.
Okay, well, we can discuss it. Okay,
Okay.
now is there I need a motion to accept those changes to the agenda?
I'll make a motion to accept the changes to the agenda. Sorry.
Any other discussion on the addition to the agenda? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, those changes can be added. We'll get to them when they get there. All right, public comments. Agenda items only 3 minutes. There'll be a second public comment at the end as well, but this is right now for anything on the agenda. See any public comments? So presentations, you got any of those? Nothing, correspondence? Okay, then let's go to, would be the supervisor report, let's all quit.
Okay, Chris and I have been at Secretary of State's trying to hunt down titles in this Lusso equipment. We were actually able to get one and they told us we had to get bonds on the other things. And a couple titles we had, the things weren't out there, so we're working on that. We've spent hours at Secretary of State.
Can I ask, why would it be the Secretary of State, not the military? Because I thought those were.
They told us we have to go to Secretary of State.
The titles.
He will not give them to us, the Secretary of State issues them to us. So that's where we've been.
And what about like generators and stuff like that? Do those come with titles or no?
Bill 6.
And as long as we're right there, because we're gonna go into this later, but just briefly tell them about the bond thing, you know.
Oh, everything has to have a surety bond through our insurance company. The guy at the Secretary of State gave us forms to fill out, so each individual item has to have its own form and surety bond.
Generators and all that.
Generators, boat motors, any trailer 2,500 pounds or more needs a title, anything less does not. There's a pop-up camper out there that does not need a title. Obviously the smaller things don't need titles.
It's a surety notice for.
They want to be sure, I guess, that there are, I don't know.
I asked the same thing. It sounds like a liability issue of you getting them out of here. And the generator falls on something. That's what I got out of that, but I'm not sure.
Kind of make sure that it's not stolen.
That was something.
Yeah, even though they know they're ours.
All right, do you have anything else?
That was very blessing.
Yeah, that was a supervisor, nothing else there. President report, please.
Okay. So in the independent bank savings, for the tax account, there's $30. This is from June 1st to June 30th. There's $30.61 in there. The general account has $1,477,861. Cemetery account has $132,850. The police account has $8,533. The senior grant has $203,076. The sewer account has $650,818. Water is $11,221. The tax is $446. And the general fund cash checking. So we started out with 169,000. We only put in 32,419. We spent 311,571. So it shows on our thing that we have 109,556 that was spent out of that. So it was a little bit over, but it's because we spent money, we transferred money in June, like at the end of May, so it's not going to reflect any of that. So we actually have a total in that account of $336,635 total. That was just the money we spent in June. Our certificate of deposit for PNC Bank, we have 71,838, which matures on March 21st of 26. So I'm hoping to get that money out and put it in the Michigan class because it's not doing very good on interest. Also, the sewer certificate that we have, which was State Bank, which is now Choice One, we have $113,483. And that one also, that one matures in October, so we're hoping to get that one out. Our Michigan class is doing extremely well. The Michigan class, so far for the general account, for the month of June, we've earned $5,489.28. For the sewer, we've earned $2,744.63. And for the cemetery, for the month of June, we've earned $365.93. So since we opened the account, overall, we've earned $48,217.34 in interest for that.
That's it.
That's it.
The Michigan class is really good. It's all your municipalities, any money you're not using, you put Michigan class. And it performs extremely well compared to back. It's a good program. Anyway, I have a question.
Okay.
Out of the 101-000 cash checking general fund thing, why is it saying 95,233.07 in parentheses? What does that mean?
95, mine says 109. So. So what that is, so we had it 183. This is just for the month of June, it's just gonna show on paper, we have $336,000 in there. So we spent 311,000, and I brought all the bills of everything that we spent. But we actually have 336,000 just for the month of June. So we only brought in $32,419, that's what was brought in, like payments or.
I'm just wondering, why did it show that instead of what it's in?
Because it won't show the whole balance, because, so when we do transfers to pay the bills, some of the money was spent, like say in July. So like if money was transferred the end of June, it won't show up until July. And then it just, I say for May.
So what you're saying is that in the parentheses, is that a negative? What does it mean when it's in parentheses?
No, we're not in the negative. It shows that on paper because that's what we spent in June. We spent more money than we brought in June. Right here, this is the account that you're looking at. So that's what we actually have. So like this money right here, this 12,999, that doesn't reflect on it. It reflected on the.
That's fine, but I mean, is this a glitch in the BSNA program or something that printed it wrong? Or?
No, that's just how it is. So July's will be different. Unless we bring more money in. So we got like our state rescue sharing check that went in for July, so that, and now it's gonna take place of that.
Okay.
So we're not in a negative at all.
Is this for the sewer?
No.
Okay, I got a question on the sewer. I may. Shannon took a $10,000 loan from the sewer bill. Let me finish.
Yep, go ahead, Sid, go get your question.
Anyway. Shelley Agot said she could keep it. She lets pay it back. Anything to do with sewer, you gotta pay it back. It's a loan. Well, my question is, why didn't you pay it back?
Can you give Chris time to research?
When was that? When did she do that?
When Shelley Agot was in this office.
We weren't.
That was.
No, you weren't here. She was. And the 10,000. It don't matter if it's 10 years ago, she's supposed to pay that back. It was a loan to her. And Shelley Agot told her to keep it. No. That sewer bill's got to be paid.
Has to always be paid.
Yeah, we're looking into it, see if. One of you to figure out if there's $10,000 that was loaned out that wasn't paid back
Sewer.
out of the sewer, and that should be easy to track, sewer fund. Okay, anything else? All right. We did the treasurer's report, clerk's report.
All right, we've been doing QBF maintenance, getting all the records in order because next year there'll be elections. We're trying to digitize a lot of the cemetery files. We've had more burials in the cemetery. People buying lots than usual. And we have 2 notaries in the office, so.
Why you need 2?
Well,
Yes,
I'm an older. We've got 2. We don't need 2.
Yeah, so you're wasting, how
No,
much they
we
get
don't,
paid?
They don't get paid.
we
No,
don't get
okay.
paid.
Yes, yep.
We do it for free. It's
It's not a question, it's just finish your report.
Hey, hear ya. Can you
We
please?
do it for free as a service to the residents.
Go ahead and finish your report.
That's good.
What?
Notary.
All right. Bills for approval. Bills for approval. There's a copy in your boxes for everyone, there was.
Make a motion to approve the bills.
Second. You get them both there down there? Motion and support?
Yep.
Can you do, if there's nothing else, we're gonna do roll call, please.
Hold on, I have a question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
We've got 4 bills here. 423, 714, 714, 714 from Woodville Group.
Right, I can explain that, answer your question. We weren't getting the wood bills. And Vicky brought them over to me and they're like, they don't know where they were sending them. They're from here. I'll send them down to you.
My question is,
We have to.
Why are we still using Woodhill Group?
We
this
did
much?
till the audit, and we aren't, these are old bills, yeah.
I was concerned with them. You said
John
they
just seen
they
them.
came in from, well, let's see what the dates are. They've been missing in action somewhere.
Well, we are gonna still be using Woodhill Group because they're the ones that finalized the bankruptcy.
What?
When we reconcile the bank accounts, they
It's all right.
can't finalize their own work, so Woodhill Group is to finalize them
So how often do you need to use them?
once a month.
At how much?
Which are they?
Yeah.
These are the
They're
dates up
old
at the top
bills.
left for the left hand side.
We're trying to eliminate them.
Yeah, cause didn't we just pay $100-something thousand for a BS program that was supposed to do all this for us?
Yeah, but they don't reconcile bank accounts or finalize them.
We're getting to the point where we're gonna not have to use them.
Do we have a timeline on when that will be? I'm just saying that we're putting a lot of money into this.
Well, those are old bills too, look at that top one. It just came in.
I understand that, but. The bills that we've had for them before, we've had $3,000-4,000 bills for them. What? Going on 4 years now?
Understandable.
So your intention though is to do that in-house?
Yes.
So we know about.
So what's gonna happen is, so the treasurer's office cash receipts in all the bill for the month. Okay, so we can't reconcile all the money because we're bringing the money in, okay? So the clerk's office has to reconcile the bank accounts and they're doing training, they're gonna be reconciling the bank accounts. Once they reconcile the money we bring in, then we finalize what they did. So once the money starts coming in, they start reconciling it, we start finalizing it, then the only time we will need Woodhill Group is for the end of the year stuff.
Okay,
And we are working on the training of this, yeah,
how
So
long do you think?
probably by what, next month?
should be.
Are you think you're gonna get there this year?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
You know those bet?
yeah, I have one more question, and you guys are probably gonna. We had a bill in here for a Stephen something or other for labor. Changing a faucet, I think it was.
So the faucet in the kitchen was leaking really bad and we needed somebody right away, so they just called somebody to come in and fix it.
Don't we have 3 maintenance guys? I mean,
I think they were,
They
I don't think at
fixed
that
that
time.
plumbing.
we had-
Are you looking at what was paid in the checks? The bills to approve.
When did he do it? I don't think we
It
had
was a month ago.
6/4/25.
Yeah, that's been a couple months. That was a month ago, and it,
Benny worked for us, why didn't you guys call him in?
he couldn't fix it. We asked him. if
Benny was
he-
on vacation.
So that's why you didn't get to it?
So we have $150 to come in and change a faucet, and then we have
And to fix the plumbing
$196.06 for a faucet.
for the parts.
We have a Menards card, we have a Menards account, why didn't we just come in and get $50 faucet?
Because it's not on the account.
It doesn't fit for big sink.
It's a commercial sink.
So who holds the card?
Yeah,
What car?
That credit card for Menards?
I do.
Then why didn't you
No,
go
we
get
don't
it?
have, no, we don't have a
Menards didn't carry that faucet.
We just go in, your name's on the account.
If you go back there.
So you couldn't find it,
No, I went to Menards.
you
and I
couldn't
went-
find a faucet at Menards?
No, I went to Menards and Gilrice for those faucets.
Not a commercial one.
It was, they did not carry a commercial one. I asked them.
And a lot of contractors really, they don't want you to pick up a faucet, they want to install faucets that they're comfortable with.
well, I agree with that and everything,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but I mean. We just got. A third maintenance guy hired in. And then Rachel wanted, I gotta give him 10 more hours a week. But why? And then we're paying somebody to come in as a quote unquote emergency at $200 plus $200 for parts.
I did go to look for the faucets.
It's kind of an argument that we have guys and we didn't get it.
Yeah, but we didn't have guys at that time. Benny was on vacation, we hadn't hired the other two people yet.
But
And the faucet was leaking and we were at the hall and there was a mess on the floor and
We
there
got
was
it,
an emergency.
we got it done.
So we got it fixed.
What about the big, I don't know his name, big guy that rides that mower, he's a maintenance man, Thomas, why can't he do it?
And I don't.
It's water under the bridge now. It's a valid point in the future. We should be using our guys whenever we
Well, yeah,
can.
now that we got Benny can do that.
So, but
But you just said Benny didn't know how to do that.
He was on vacation. I didn't see him now.
so one last question, how did the floor in the senior center get paid for?
How did the floor they paid for with their senior center money?
she's gonna do a report. Here.
And they paid for their windows with their own money. Because we did not have the money to pay for their stuff, the extra stuff,
We also voted not to pay for the extra.
and we didn't. It didn't come out of our money, okay?
Right, but weren't they supposed to come back and ask to use that money or not? That's the only thing that's confusing me.
I think it's their leftover trip money. Be honest with you, when they go on trips, they have some leftover money there, and they use that.
Now, what did they have done? Because I'm just wondering, why couldn't we have Benny, have our own guys over and do the floor? If they couldn't get the contractor to do it because they couldn't pay for what she had agreed on, and that we had given them the money for it, why didn't we use our guys?
To refinish the wood floors. You guys are gonna refinish this floor, but I don't know if they're. Yeah, the wood
Well, that's-
floors are a little different. We'll have to ask her.
We'll have to talk to Shannon about
Yeah.
that.
I mean, did they sand it and paint it, or did they?
They sand and varnish and all that, yeah.
The bid was to do that. The bid was to sand it and put 3 coats of,
Yeah,
3 coats of polyurethane or
Put
urethane
filler
or
in.
something. Yeah.
okay, that's the only question I got.
All right, so we have a motion of support for the bills. If there's no other question, we'll do a roll call.
Eric,
Yes.
Pat,
No.
Tim,
No.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John.
Yes. Yep, thank you. Okay, committee reports. Shannon here? Don't see her. Do you have a report for her?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go to the fire authority report then. We met on July 8th, we're presented with our year-end audit, which ended on, our fiscal year ended on March 31st. We received an unmodified opinion that, he was pretty impressed, highest level, he had no issues, with obtaining any document he wanted. It was a very good audit. Our self-contained breathing apparatus we use at the fire authority. It's starting to date out. Now we're having trouble getting parts. We got 6 units that were condemned and we're looking for parts for those. But those, I didn't know this until that meeting. Those tanks are dated out. When they date out, you replace them. So that's less than 2 years out. And the cost to replace all that breathing apparatus is almost $300,000. So we're trying to figure out a plan. We applied for some grants, but so far we have not got them. So, let's see, what else do I need to cover? The administrative assistant that we have over there at the fire authority, she's relatively new, but she's been really working the cost recovery, and to date, she has retrieved $19,870.62. And the notable part of that is from consumers. We've been, we will go at a homeowners also, but in this case, every time you see one of them RV fires, we send a crew out there, and they have complained in the past, but they've kind of come on board now, and they are now, we cost recover them for every time we go out on a fire arc, on a power line or down wire.
So them tanks are good for a couple of years? Still,
You get about 5 years out of it.
we're good for a couple of years.
Yeah, we got about a year and a half. The chief is getting concerned that we can have one. We're looking for these after, these parts are coming from a third party now just to keep on board what we have. But when that date's up, it's over. You replace them. And so he's a little concerned that, we gotta get, we're gonna have to do that and probably sooner than later if you can't get more parts. But she's done really good with the cost recovery. There was 13 incidents last month, 15 in Vienna, 11 in Thetford, and one in the city of Clio, and 3 out of the area. And I asked your deputy to post the audit on our website, which she said she'll do. So if you're interested in looking at the fire authority audit, it'll be there soon. Okay, library parks.
One question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So has the chief thought about replacing 1 or 2 units a month so they can have all the place to try and spread it all out instead of trying
We
to.
just talked about that on our last meeting, but the only concern he has is if they do any modifications change, now your parts are gonna interchange. So like you buy this model today, and then a year from now, we buy another model, but then the parts don't exchange. So now he's got the same scenario that we're running into now. Because they're so old, they're getting at the end of their life, parts are becoming, they're only manufactured so long, and then they go on a shelf somewhere. So, okay, all right. Library, please, I'm sorry.
Great. All I have is a library meeting from last month. And the state inspector renewals for the elevators coming up. And the liability went up a little bit. And let's see, they're still changing the Alpha Credit Union, but Jim and Kathy, the president and treasurer, have to get together to go together. And the annual elevator inspection is happening. And they're talking about maybe a portable air conditioning up and upstairs because of the computer room, and then the heating doesn't go upstairs, so there's no heat and there's no air conditioning. And it's a bigger problem for the air conditioning, for the air conditioning up there because of the computers. And the people up there are getting along. They're using fans right now, which isn't all that in this weather.
Considering getting bids for a mini split up there?
Yeah, there's some small unit you could get that's portable. And they put it up there.
Thinking of a portable.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's great.
And then the parks, we don't meet until August, but I have talked to Michael Point, thank you, Stacy. And we're looking at a park bench, he sent me the information, so I'm gonna talk to him next week when he gets back, and I'm gonna go up to the disc golf course with him, and he's gonna show me where they might wanna put it. And then I'll take it into the meeting at the parks in August.
It'd be great, yes.
Thank you. All right, Kevin, Planning Commission, you're up.
Not really a whole lot to report. We didn't have a meeting for this month. We're into our 63-day public comment period for our master plan. So far, I haven't had any comments show up through the offices here. I did get a letter last night from a group out of Clio that would be the Clio, let me find your name here, the Clio Area Human Services Fund would like to be mentioned in our master plan, as well as the Youth Health and Fitness Fund of Clio area. There are two nonprofits that service our area for different reasons. The Human Services Fund has food pantry. It helps people get their bills paid, like for consumers if they're having issues, things like that. What they basically, what I've got out of the letter, and I got to do some more research, is they'd like to be mentioned in our master plan because that would help them qualify more for grant money. They want to possibly set up their organization over here in the Pier School to take care of the northern tier of municipalities here, and they would operate out of there, which would be a boon to our residents to have a food pantry right here at school if needed, and other services. And they want to possibly expand it to have services for veterans and other entities too, which, I've got a lot more digging to do. I just got a letter from them last night.
You done with that part?
Yeah,
And you got a
Did
question
you get
related
the
to
email
that?
from Nate Yonker?
yeah, it's from Nate Yonker.
Just asking.
But he sent it to the Pier Community Center. They forwarded it on to me, so it's something we need to look at and consider. There won't be any change to it, wouldn't be until September when we finalize our master plan, but if it's something that can benefit the residents, if it helps them to establish for grant money, as part of what our master plan does, if it's included in our master plan, then we can apply for grants for other entities. You go back to, like you're talking about, police department and stuff. Residents wanted it, vote in the survey, they wanted extra police, We can use our master plan to, at some point, apply for grants and say, this is in our master plan, this is in our forward plan, so we want to build on our master plan when we get to it.
Kevin, that's an approved use already in that area though, isn't it?
In the, for the cure?
Yes.
Yeah, it would fall right into the approved use that's already there, so there's no special zoning got to be done or anything for that. So it kind of reflects back, it was exciting when they were gonna have the veterans move in there, and if we can do anything for those people, that's another plus. The only other thing I've got is solar, and I have not heard anything from our solar people through Otisville here. But there is, if anybody is wanting to know, the first company has gone to the Michigan Public Service Commission. And it's Acceleration Solar is the name of the company through Ranger Power. And they're dealing with 3 townships in Ingham County that wouldn't fit the ordinance, their ordinances, so they'd apply to MPSC for siting. And I'm watching it, if anybody's interested. The first pre-hearing is a video teleconference on August 18th at 10 a.m. You can tune in from home and watch it. I would recommend it for our board members so that at least you know what we're going to be dealing with, because I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be going down that same path.
There are townships that just sued and won, something about not having to follow the state, if the township's ordinance says no, they can't go to the state and cry for help and get it overrode.
Well, I've heard it's been challenged in court. I haven't seen any documentation of the final decision. However, the MPSC just put out the MTA just put out a notice regarding lawsuits and touched on solar. And then if you go to file a lawsuit against your township, say because they're bringing solar in, you have to be an aggrieved person. You can't live across town and file a lawsuit. You have to be directly affected. Somehow your property has to be directly affected by the solar company. That's like to put it in.
What I'm asking about is township suit, because they wanted their ordinance. They're basically saying, why do we have an ordinance if they can just ignore it? And there's something about they sued and the state was, I don't know if there's anything concrete about it yet, but pretty much the state was saying, yeah, that's exactly, it's going back to the townships instead of the state making.
Oh, you mean that he's referring to the legislation that was gonna come back to the town.
Legislation trying to push it back to the townships, but that's still pigeonholed in a subcommittee at the Michigan Senate level. The House of Representatives passed it. It goes to the Senate. They've pigeonholed it to not address it as of yet. And whatever they decide, then it goes to the governor. It has to be passed by the governor to overturn it. So that's still in limbo. The last I knew from that, and I don't expect that to see anything happen until the 2026 elections.
So if that goes through though, if the solar shows up before that goes through and then after that goes through, then we take control of what the solar is doing.
Correct. If it passes that way. There is another lawsuit that's the MTA and Michigan Municipal League both are in on, and a number of municipalities around the state. And that's still up there in limbo too. Nobody wants to touch it, let's say, nobody wants to be the first. This is the first company that's actually went to MPSC for siting. And if you're interested in reading, you can get their case number through Laura, but there's two applications they had to submit. One is 575 pages long, the next one's 840 pages. So if you're bored at night, want something to read.
Can you repeat the name of the LLC and the time of that meeting?
I mean, Monday, August 18th, 2025 at 10 a.m. And it's a video teleconference.
What's the company called? What's the LLC called? So they know they're on the right.
It's Ascension Solar. Case number is U as in Union 21932. You can track it through Laura's website that way. And there's a whole bunch of other information that's available. There's letters that were written by residents in that 3 townships for the solar company to address their concerns and the response from the solar companies. There's a lot of material to look at. But I urge you to just watch it and see, because collectively, if we can all pick up something, we're not all gonna see the same thing, but maybe as a group, we can pull together and get something, get a feel of how this is gonna happen, how it's gonna take place. So that we're not blindsided by anything. We can be, if we have to go before the MPSC, we get to defend ourselves. And we need all the knowledge we can have ahead of time, so we know a pattern to follow or how to prepare ourselves. So, but like I say, EDF has not done anything since their little show here that I know of. So it's been awful quiet. But I suspect if the last I knew, Forest Township wasn't going to negotiate with them, and because we span 2 townships, that automatically is going to send them. They don't have to work with us either. They would not split the project up to, some at Thetford, some at Forest, and treat it as 2 different projects. So they want all or nothing. And I don't know if you're aware, but if we did relent to them, there's a special state fund. Thetford could get about $500,000 for saying, yeah, go ahead and, come on in, we welcome you, we'll gladly take the money. But you're selling yourself out. It's a one-time shot, for the next 20, 30 years.
That would make a lot more if we let the plant Harold.
But I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, it's a bribe to speak things over, and I really don't think that this board wants to go that route, take a one shot. And the $500,000 got strings on it. It has to be used for public safety and public recreation and things like that.
I just think that, they're gonna take up all that farmland and just destroy it with solar panels, and in 5 years, when they're no good, then we're putting the bill for them again.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I say, it's to get, and the other thing that I dug into is this, the rumor about the federal money going away. The federal money does not go away until after 2026. So the federal money is still out there for these companies to use. So we're not, the federal government's not helping us out with that, immediately. And so I suspect that, there's gonna be more coming. But if anybody wants to go listen to Lara, like I say, if we get a lot of people that will listen to it and watch it and pick up tips, and then we all get together and say, okay, I seen this, you've seen that. Let's put it all together and get us to what we want, That's it. Any other questions?
Very good. Thank you.
got one.
Oh,
That solar panel got hit by lightning. Did you hear anything about it?
No, they get hit by hailstorms and lightning.
Yeah, this one was on the news. And they got hit, destroyed the man's property, ain't no good for 300 years. So tell you, what does the township do with that?
That's up to the private property owner.
Yeah,
That's,
Yeah.
I don't know where it was at, but it's on the new, on Channel 12 News.
there's been fires, there's been hailstorms.
I know, but the people's property shot.
Destruction. But the other thing we have to be careful of, Tim, is that private property rights, if this person wants to lease their property out for solar, you can't prevent them. You know, you have.
I got that, yeah, I understand
You
that,
know,
but
but
I'm just saying, this man's property is no good.
But and that's up to him if he has a, you know, now he has a hazardous waste site that the federal government step in or the county or who's the hazmat people that have to come in and clean up and then you know, put the bill on him. Part of our ordinance at the end does have for decommissioning responsibilities is the responsibility of both the company and the landowner can be held liable for the cleanup. So that's if they go with our ordinance. Right. The state doesn't have that, but we built that into ours to protect us. So, you know, it's all new stuff.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Okay. Go to new business. Part
Real quick, John.
Yes, sir.
We had one more thing to it, John. We have a lawn care company here that, because in the last meeting, Rachel's like, oh, get lawn care companies if you think we can do it. To,
I would say, no, we can't add it on because we've already passed it, but in your board comment, cover what you want to cover. Okay. Just because we passed that window. Okay, let's do, new business, Farley Enterprise. This is the one that I also added as, number E, just to clarify that they're a grower and a processor. So, I just want to make sure it's in that you have one in your packet and you'll see it in your packet. It includes both of them, but just the agenda didn't come out that way. That's the reason that'll eliminate E out of our,
We're gonna do A and E together.
they're technically the same thing.
Okay.
All they are is a clarification that this is the grower and a process, but it only said a grower. So at the agenda, I want to make sure that you were all aware that it's actually both, and apparently he's here. So.
I have a question. On, well, I'm not sure if it says ever, yeah, so it's part of his, renewal of application, right?
Hey, Eric, let me get a motion and support before you get started. So if you want to make a motion to renew his application, and I'll be happy to support that, and then you can ask him all the questions you want.
Sure, yeah, I'll make the motion just to renew their application for Farley Enterprise LLC. For both the grower and the processing license.
All right, then I'll support that. No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, on the, well, there's like the cover letter right here. Everybody with me on that? Okay, just now the second page after the cover letter.
It's what he paid.
Right, but I want to lay down. Yes. Last page, I just want to look at this right here. It's looking for a while. Why does that say?
Because it was split up in different. He paid.
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
Oh,
That's split up in
So they-
different GL numbers. It's always gas.
why did we do that?
That's 4 different deal.
We can get that for you.
Is that, I mean, I just want to.
It's split up into 4 areas.
Okay, because I honestly was confused about that. And if I could get if someone already knows the explanation for that.
I didn't hear the question.
Eric, continue to voice your concern because Chris didn't hear it.
Okay. On the second page of the application.
Yeah.
It's, essentially he's paying for two $5,000 licenses. But when I look at the page, it doesn't reflect that in the amount. It reflects that he's paying 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, five different times of 2,000.
Yeah, so we have 4 or 5 different GL numbers to put them in.
Right, that's what she was
So
just
each
explaining.
$100,000. So if you pay 10,000, so instead of 1,000, it'd be 2,000 for each one. It goes into that, like the attorney.
Okay.
The attorney.
Okay, we had a meeting about that last term, didn't we? We divided.
How much money goes into each?
Yes, okay.
It's always been that way, usually it's 1,000 in each one.
Okay, I just,
Never seen this sheet.
yeah, I've just never seen this sheet before, so when I look at the amount.
Yeah.
Okay. you know,
We
there's-
paid the full 10,000.
Right, and I know Pat and Tim are new to this, so obviously if they were to, you know. I mean, I didn't want them thinking that this was 5 different licenses,
I don't know what they are.
that's not what it is, right?
I mean, Sony, really.
Can I ask why you don't just say that permit paid? Why do we have to put the breakdown here? Can't we just say permit paid?
I could have, but I wanted you
Yeah, we-
guys to see.
We
that.
could, they just, we break the money out, it goes into all them separate GO codes, so I thought maybe you wanted to know what to be doing, but. But
It makes sense now, but I didn't,
for our application, you just want to know, did he pay or did?
Yeah.
I
because it was confusing to me, and I thought,
I didn't catch it till you brought it up. I'm looking at it, oh, I see what he means. It's like,
yeah, well, because I didn't think,
He paid.
yeah, it looked like 5 different licenses.
So you got any questions about his operation now? Anyone? Questions about his operation?
He's
where is
on
it
the-
located? You know, Door Highway, on 43 North Door Highway, right across the street from Greenville, something next to that garage.
That's what, Rod?
Duquette's garage.
He's in compliance.
Yep, so he's in compliance with everything he needs.
Yes.
This is an indoor grow, right?
It's both an indoor, outdoor hoop house. It's kind of open for service.
If there's no other questions, we're gonna have a roll call, please.
This will be going on year number 3, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, now please.
I'm gonna say no because we don't have anything in the ordinance about outdoor grows yet.
Tim,
No.
Eric,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes,
John.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, let's, we're gonna go to B under new business, Thetford Township insurance renewal. So there, that policy, it's in your, you also have that in your packet, I think it's on the, it shows the breakdown of the, yeah, here it is, it's right after the one you just, the Kindle. Chris, you sure if I got that right, that's our liability insurance through the municipal league plan, I believe. And that covers everything but, and as you can see in there, the quote for our board liability, which is $17,265.35, and the other one is $96,343 for the total for both is $113,608.35. And that's what you'd be voting on, that liability insurance package.
That's me, about the same question.
Don't recall,
That's what I was just gonna ask.
I do not know. Yeah, it's going to affect 8/1. So I mean, it's not like it, you can be too long, so. But anyways, this was just a renewal from the current company we have.
Do we have anything from anybody else that could be cheaper?
We would
I
have
don't think
to,
so. The same company we had last year.
we try to, but perhaps next year we should, try to get some quotes just to see, but we can't do it at the last month. If we just can't get that close to the liability issue.
So how much she should have brought this to us a couple, 3 months ago. This is falling on Rachel, it's a failure. Because you're expecting us to vote on $113,000 2 weeks before it's due. And we should have seen this a couple, 3 months ago. Maybe you could have thought about finding something better. But it is what it is, so.
Yeah, and you have the big packet, this explains all the liabilities, if you look through that, that tells them and who they are and what they would do under each category. But you're right, I mean, I'm just saying, this will tell you what that is.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the insurance quote.
Seconded. Very good thinking. But if there's no other discussion, Amby's gonna do a roll call for us.
Eric,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
Tim,
No.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John,
Yes. Motion passed.
6-1.
Thank you.
5-1.
Everyone. Why I don't call it. Oh, okay. We got a cemetery lot to buy back. You got a little letter in the back of your packet there. And you wanted to go over that?
Yes. I want to make a motion that we accept this buyback. And explain it after.
All right, I'll support it. Go ahead.
Okay. These people originally wanted to sell back lot 2. They've owned 2 lots. And we have the Collins family who are right next to them that need 2 lots that only have 1. They're moving to their brother and their mother over near the dad because there wasn't room when the dad passed just recently. So Robert and Nancy Stewart agreed that they'd sell back number 1. And then number 1 would be sold to the Collins for the same price. Number 1 would be sold to the Collins for the same price. So we're not losing anything on it. It's just making 2 families happy.
So we're
So
giving
they're
them,
gonna do a personal sale to the
No,
county.
they're gonna sell it back to us.
They're selling one
The
to
school
us.
selling us 1 back. And then the Collins will buy that one because it's next to the one they have, because they need 2. They can't put caskets in 1 lot.
Right, oh, so they're selling us one and the county buys it from us. Where's the second one from?
Yes.
Where's the second one coming from?
The second,
they already won that.
they bought 2
Oh,
over in an area and they buried their father. Because they didn't have enough where their brother and mother were
right, I get
buried,
it now.
okay?
Yeah.
And then they thought they could move brother,
Is this the one that we voted to sell? Last?
no. They moved, they want to move both them over near dad.
That makes
There's only
sense.
1 lot.
They got 2 and they just want to put the
So
more
both
family.
people agreed that they would move over a lot, if they're both going into 1 lot anyhow.
But we're gonna break even. We're gonna give them
Yeah,
1 back.
You ain't making nothing.
no,
All right, does anyone want to make a motion that we sell that lot?
I'll make the motion. Tim made it, I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Oh, this is money.
money,
You gotta do a roll call for me, please.
Eric,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
yes.
John.
Yes. Okay, we're done with that. Let's move, now we're gonna move on to E. This is one of the additions. This is a recommendation for board of review alternates. Aaron Whipple, Kim Ross. Right here.
She is.
One of them is just here.
And they're going on to what?
Board, it says board of review,
Alternates?
alternate, so they're just alternates.
The
Okay, I'll make the
tax,
motion.
I'll second it.
Motion that we put Kim and who?
Aaron Whipple,
Aaron LaFell and Kim
Ross.
Ross is alternates.
I'll second that.
You got support? Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You're all set.
Thank you.
Okay, we technically did E when we did the, so let's move down to F. This is the Wade trim proposal in your packet. This is the one Kevin's been pushing for the, to redo the ordinance book. And it-
Ordinance 78.
isn't that correct? I believe it is. It's the whole thing. It's gonna, it would upgrade it. The last page will give you the cost breakdown. It's not particularly inexpensive.
We make a motion.
Yes, we did, yes, but I just wanted to give you a background, so yes, I'll make the motion that we accept this bid from Wade Trim to upgrade the ordinance book.
I'll second that.
Okay, and then on third from the last page is the breakdown, and we'll show you 2,000 for this, 9,000 for that, blah, blah. And, yes,
Is this important? Do you have to have this done to finish the master plan?
Not exactly to finish it, but it will enhance how we administer the master plan. Because ordinance 78 has been modified so many times over the last 30 years. When you try to pick through it and get things out, and it's been, there's been amendments to it. And this will consolidate it all into one continuous screen to look up. We've added, solar things to it, landscaping things to it, changes in the, land use for the marijuana businesses. And, trying to think of some of the other things that show up in it as addendums to it. And what we need is just one concise ordinance so we can start at the top when we do get something at the planning commission regarding the land use and go through it. That's our two main tools in the planning commission is the master plan and what we call ordinance 78 is our actual zoning ordinance that tells you what you can do with the land. The other ordinances that you see on our website are police power ordinances that you guys control. We don't have anything. They control what happens on it and different things like that, but you know.
One more, Chris, raise your hand, she gets the her questions.
So Kevin, this is what, so I think at the last board meeting, isn't this, we already approved a committee to work on this with Caitlin, correct?
When we had our last master plan meeting, Caitlin brought it up that we needed to address it at some point. And Rachel wanted to use the same committee, and that was Caitlin's suggestion to use the same committee we had for the master plan. See if those people wanted to participate and help modify and sort out what's what in this. So we haven't approached anybody that I know of to officially ask them to participate. But you want to do it on a citizens committee level again to avoid having to have continuous meetings with the board or planning commission. It takes a lot of the stress away from stuff that we don't have to deal with. This committee puts it together, then brings it to us, then we bring it to you. Just like the master plan.
I see one sum fee of $28,000 on this last page. Where does that come from? Which are where are we spending that?
Are we allowed to?
Take it out the marijuana money.
I think some of it.
I did ask, Rachel called me and I asked her the exact same questions. And she said we have money in the budget for one thing and she could take some out of the other, but I think we also can use marijuana money. Because this is gonna be rewriting all those, including the marijuana stuff, whatever we come up with, is gonna be incorporated. We could definitely use part of it out of there, but.
So could we have them rewrite the ordinance to state outdoor grow in rural areas only?
Well, that could be in the negotiation part of when we get there, yes. I would say, isn't that correct, Kevin? Then,
It could be included in it as we put it together. But we need the language, this is the point where you're gonna develop that language. How you want it to sound.
My opinion, if we're gonna be forced to put poison in the ground with solar, then if a farmer wants to lease his land to Eric to grow 10,000 plants, why can't he?
Well, because then you're gonna have the entire township complaining about the small instead of just that small section.
but either way, we just
House shed.
let me just clarify something, but either way, we need to get even the current marijuana stuff in here, because right now, there's nothing in there.
Exactly.
So even if we didn't do anything, you'd still want to get at least the minimum ordinance in there, and during that negotiation time, if that changes, then we can put it in there. Or we can always do it as an amendment at some point, once this is done. Okay, I'm sorry, no, go ahead with anything. Good, Tim.
Go ahead, I'm good.
Okay. Well said, did you have one more?
This just seems like $28,000 is a lot to be just that we didn't budget into this year.
I thought it was pretty absorbent, too, but that ordinance does need to be gone through because it's just like Kevin said, it's piece of this, a piece of that. Especially now that we're finishing the master plan, she did the master plan, so
always been good.
she's gonna jive it right with the master plan. So the stuff that we're doing in the master plan will reflect in the ordinance or so. That's why I think it's a good program if we can afford it, and
That's a good idea.
so it's just, you tell me, can we afford it?
Yeah, we can add.
Okay.
And tie all the zoning now that all the zoning.
And it's gonna be a process, this isn't gonna happen for 8, 10, 12 months.
Maybe into the next fiscal year.
We probably won't even be paying this all this year.
Right.
It'll be spread out over.
You're looking at something that hasn't been updated in its entirety, again, in another 40 years. The fact, you know, if we would do this every 5 years, say, you wouldn't have what we got now. You know, this big headache.
And just a little sidekick there. You've had extremely good luck working with Caitlin, being informative.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and if she was she did the proposal, but that would be the only one I'd be interested in getting from them. Wage trim.
Yeah, she's already familiar. When we went to do the master plan, we could not get a proposal from Rowe. Rowe said they didn't want to take on any new business. And being that Wade Trim is already familiar with the master plan, my recommendation would be to stay with them because they've already got the background information from one side.
Yeah.
You know.
Anybody else? Okay, let's go do a roll call for me, please.
Tim,
No.
Pat,
Yes.
Eric,
No.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John.
Yes. Okay. What was it again?
4-2.
Good girl. Okay, let's see, we did the wage trim, we're gonna go to G, Michigan Flower Renewal Class C Recreation. This you do have, I think you do have this one, don't we have this one in our?
What was the license number on that? The last 5 digits?
01542.
I'm not sure if I have all the paperwork on this one, or do I?
Yeah, you should have got it.
I thought I did, I thought I had one packet for that, and the rest I don't have, you're gonna cover when we get to it, correct?
I gave Michigan Flower, Lemire, and Precision in all your boxes.
Okay, well, let's deal with Michigan Flower right now.
He came in, he filled out his application.
Just one moment, let me get a motion to renew.
I'll make a motion to renew for Michigan Flower.
I'll support.
We have support, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, he brought his application in today. Got it notarized with Ambrosia. Paid his 5,000 for his Class C rec. And then I know if he's got everything else all good, his application looked good.
Thing was all right, you paid his money and.
Yep.
I have to say, this is one of the most exemplary applications so far. It's filled out correctly and everything's where it's supposed to be.
Thanks. Except this page. Page 1, they don't have to fill out. They don't have to fill out page 1? No, just 2 through 10.
Well, if there's nothing else with that one, let's do a roll call on that also.
Eric,
Yes.
Tim,
No.
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to Lamar then.
Oh,
Which one's Lamar? Let's get it on the table, then we'll talk about it, and if you don't.
I'll make a motion to renew Lamar.
I'll support it, now we can talk about it. Go through it, let's give us what you got first, and then.
okay, brought in his application, all filled out. Paid his 5,000 on that one.
What is the license number on that one?
That one is the AU-P-0000340. That's the process.
Okay.
So he's all compliant with everything.
Is he here today?
He is.
Is this indoor or outdoor?
This is a process.
Just, okay, just process it. All right.
Well, about application.
Anything else regarding Lamar? Oh, all right, let's do a roll call for that one, roll.
John second.
John seconded.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Pat,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John,
Yes,
6-0.
very good. Thank you. All right, now we're down to percussion capital. Did I get that right? Precision capital. Okay, we're gonna need a motion to talk about it.
I will make, I think.
All right.
Tim
Tim made the motion.
I second.
We got motion and support. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, on Precision, he has 2 licenses, so there's 2 applications in there for it. One is AUGC 001174, Class C rack. And then the other one is AUGC 000568, he's all paid in full. And that is also Austin, producing.
You as well. Good thing you didn't bail.
I have to say, though, we should pay him to teach some of these other people how to fill out their applications, because this is perfect.
It's two. Thank you. Okay, you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, these are just. No question about them, no reason to have to say no or anything.
Your farm, it's great too. It just wasn't allowed to be passed out to them from the house here.
All right, so it sounds like there's no other concerns with that, so let's have a roll call, please.
One time, should Tim, modify his motion to include both of them, or is that in 2 motions?
Well, that's a valid point, because there's 2 ways different licenses. I agree. I agree, pick one. Pick one.
Just say modify the applications.
No, you just, no, you have to do them individually, so pick,
Okay, we'll do them.
whatever one, go pick one or the other.
They just do them individually, which one you want.
2000056.
Okay, go. You get that? 0056, one we're voting on.
I amend my second for 0056.
Tim,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John,
Yes. Now we need a motion for the 00017774.
I will make a motion for license 001174 renewal.
Tim seconded it. There's no discussion, roll call for that as well.
Tim,
Yes.
Pat,
Yes.
Eric,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
6-0.
Okay. So that takes care of that. We're down to J, office assistant. This is your request, Eric.
Yeah, I'm gonna, motion to terminate the, office assistant, position. I think that our, don't leave. It's gonna get good. I think that our, I think that our clerk's department and, treasury department does a good job of, maintaining the office.
Is that the office assistant?
Seconded.
And then we can discuss.
Okay. I double dog dare you guys to fire her. Double dog dare you. Because let me tell you right now, I know for a fact that she has filed grievances with the state that they are looking into. And this will be considered retaliation.
Yeah, just
Think about that before you guys, make your vote.
now your motion was to terminate the office assistant, is that what?
Terminate the office assistant position.
I got support. And you don't think there's a need for that position? What's your,
Well, I think the clerk's department and the treasurer's department does a good job of, conducting all the affairs. I just don't think the position is needed anymore. It was needed originally because there was absent, other staff. And that was, due to the past administration and then, spilling over into the new administration until, all the personnel and staff have been fulfilled.
and. Oh, right, Tim.
My thing is, Eric's wanting to get rid of this, but they tried to fire her one time before last year. And we decided
Don't leave it like that. She went in there, in the office. And you guys had a board meeting, and you tried to fire her right then.
That's just, it's a statement. I mean, if you, I don't know when it was, you know when it was.
No, when one day last year. You guys were trying to get rid of that before.
I'm gonna say right now, like I said before, I told Don Barry to fire her. Because I know for a fact that she has filed a complaint with the EEOC for discrimination. And they are taking it up and they are looking into it. And if you fire her, that will be retaliation, which is A, against the law, and B, opens us up to a lawsuit that we won't even be able to pay $28,000 to get a damn ordinance redone. So before anybody votes on it, think about that. She does have a filed complaint with the EEOC. And they are looking into it.
This is next.
So I don't know how you can consider it retaliation if we didn't even know that she.
Oh, I knew you would say that. When it doesn't matter if you do or not. If you fire her and she goes ahead and says they fired me, they're gonna say, no, that's retaliation, whether you know it or not. She is filed, they are looking into it, and if you fire her, if you do anything to her, she could show up here 20 hours a week, like we agreed she could do when you hired her in, and play solitaire on her computer for all 20 hours and not do a damn thing, and there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing. If we do anything to her, it's retaliation. Because she has filed a complaint against this township. You are opening us up for a major lawsuit and criminal charges.
Can I answer?
No, go ahead, it's your turn.
No, you said she's filed a lawsuit,
No, she's filed a complaint with the state government.
and how does that work on us as a board right now?
We fire her, we're responsible. Anybody that votes yes to fire her is held responsible and shall be considered for legal action due to retaliation. Because she has got a complaint in with the EEOC against us. This is I'm gonna tell you right now, trying to fire her today, right now, without Gilder here, not wise. This needs to go through Gilder.
I didn't even tell her she'd be on the agenda.
She's gonna just, we're not.
No, yeah, it's the end. Do you have one more thing, Tim?
Yes, please. I asked Gilda to be here. I told Rachel I wanted to be here. And they're gonna, she's gonna be his office assistant too. That lady right there. That lady in the white shirt.
No.
She's the assistant to the.
No, she's on the appeals.
She's an alternate.
Big board.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, all I know is Gilda should have been here, because there was a lot of questions we had for Gilda, and I asked her to get here, she said she would, but she said it's too expensive.
So do you want to put this on hold till Gilmer is here
This
to?
needs to be reviewed by Gilder.
I would think that, I would prefer that this was tabled, and only because, first, no one's explained to me who's gonna do this work. And I will, I want a confirmation, if you think it can all be done in the office, then I wanna know who's gonna do that.
I would like to know why we have deputy clerks that are supposed to be at 20 hours a week only. Getting more hours and more duties outside of what they're supposed to be doing. That is the whole purpose we hired an assistant.
Did you say deputy clerk? Deputy
No,
clerk?
deputies.
Deputies are full-time employees.
No, they're not.
appointed by- Yes, they are.
They're appointed.
It-
They are not employees. Get the little red.
We're not gonna agree on it.
Not gonna-
Okay, there's nothing to argue about. It's in the little red book. Read it. Deputies are appointed.
It's an appointed position,
Yes.
They are not employees and they are not full-time.
but I would prefer that we tabled it.
Let's see, need to table
Okay.
Jumping on.
One last time, Tim.
Okay, here's the problem I have, and I see it all the time with the men here. All you guys are tied at the hip. You're trying to get rid of her. Because you don't want her, because you don't fit in you guys' clique. And that's why you're trying to do it.
And it's awful funny that Rachel was the ramrod behind this whole thing, and that bitch couldn't even show up tonight, right? But they don't need to use her language.
That's the next.
Oh, freedom to speak, bro. Yeah. So yeah, okay, well, I'm just gonna put my 2 cents in here that I think, we need to, I'd like to see just a little more, what's gonna happen with this position and who's gonna assume the responsibilities in that. So for me, that's, I'm gonna weigh in my role, so. All right, I'm done. If you're ready to vote, we can vote. Yes.
Tim,
I don't want to fire, no, I'll fire her.
Pat,
No.
Eric,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
John,
No.
3-3.
All right, so. Board of outside action, hey,
I'll make a motion to discuss board members' outside actions.
I'll second that.
At this time, I would like to request that Eric Gunnels resigns from the board for A, failure to pay his taxes, and B, he thinks it's funny to drive around giving other board members the finger. That's very unprofessional, very not becoming of a board member. He's got something to say it to his face, email him, do whatever. But to drive around doing stupid stuff like that, come on.
Right, Pat.
You've been on this board.
Who's,
terms.
Eric, let him finish your statement and then let him have his.
He's been on this board how many terms and he hasn't learned yet? I'm done.
Okay, now you can rebuttal that, Eric, if you'd like to address that a little bit.
I don't think anybody will drive down the road. Who's the accuser of this?
Me, I seen you, I drove right by you, you guys flipped me off.
I didn't see you. I never.
Oh, yeah,
never noticed you.
Of course you're gonna say that.
Next.
All right, yeah, after Tim, you done, Tim?
No, yeah, I'm done now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Let's all be adults here. And when you go to a public meeting at a different municipality and you speak someone's name and you say lies about them, that person hires a lawyer.
I want you to
Like
be a lawyer.
that, I already have.
I got one too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's stay on topic here.
Yep.
Anything else, Pat? I mean, there's nothing here, that, I mean,
At this time, I would like to request that Stacy Wells resigns due to the fact that we have her on recording admitting that she fired her first deputy for being pregnant and she didn't want to do it. That is a violation of the EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, and we have it on recording.
You do not, my first deputy was pregnant and she quit.
She didn't quit.
Yes, she.
I got you on recording.
it's a.
You admitted you fired her.
Yeah.
Did not fire her, she quit. Pat.
What's he doing?
It's gonna say something on there.
Chris is up.
So Caitlin did quit. It was too much for her being pregnant and having children already.
Okay, the exact words were, I got rid of her because she was pregnant and I didn't want to deal with it.
That is
We
correct.
have the recording.
Let me, if we have any,
Hold on, he's got the recording. Could you share it, please?
Come on, Julie, play it for him. You're the one that's got it, you gotta play it for him.
is there actually a motion on the table? With support?
I mean, I would like to hear it.
So there's no motion,
She's got the recording.
there's no motion on the table, so. Unless you guys want to beat this up for another 10 minutes, we should move on. My opinion would be to move on.
She was my niece and she did.
I don't work for you either. You don't need to. Yeah. You made your points. And that's all necessary. All right, but there's brief public comments.
Eugene Mansell, I live on Lewis Road. Set the zoning board, last meeting. Grants came and, we voted that they could stay open till midnight. I think the board, should be looking at that for all the, facilities, that sell the marijuana stuff. so we don't get bombarded at the zoning board with other businesses coming. I personally believe that we don't tell any other business in Thetford Township what their hours should be. I don't think there should be any restrictions to the selling of marijuana or the stuff that goes along with it. I believe the board should look at that and just make it where they can pick their own hours. If some want to stay open until midnight, some want to stay open until 3 in the AM, or some of them want to close at 3 in the afternoon. It's not up to Thetford Township Board or the zoning board or the planning board to tell what their hours should be. That's just my opinion. I just wanted to bring it to the board. Second, I would just like you guys to know that I turned in an application today for the code enforcer. I would think I would make a good code enforcer. I do have a full-time job. I'm usually out of my job. My 8 hours is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I have the rest of the evening to take care of any problems or go to the facility, the grow facilities to make sure that they're going with the township ordinances, and to if somebody does any complaints, I can do all that in the afternoon and evenings. Like I said, I do work Monday through Friday from 6 AM till 2. Some days it's maybe 3, but very seldom do I work overtime. So I think I would be a good code enforcer. Third, I want to thank the board for looking just like any other board we've had the last 10 years here, arguing over stupid shit. Well, Eric and I have had arguments, but yet we can still talk. You guys need to get over your petty ass shit and act like adults. And if somebody's in a pissed off mood that day and they feel offended and they flip you off, laugh about it.
You know, I'm not sorry.
I don't talk to me. I talk to him and he talks to me. But I'm just saying that I don't care if you flip me off, I'm gonna laugh about it. You guys cannot run this board on feelings. I've learned that, what, 2-3 meetings I've had on the zoning board. I cannot run the zoning board on my feelings. I have to run it for what's best for the township. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eugene.
Joe.
Tommy again here from the Herald. Hello. I just want to say, he actually mentioned the code enforcer. I know at the last meeting, Rachel said something about waiting for Greg's resignation letter. And then she mentioned something about trying to put something in the Herald about it. So I'm just saying I'm here, and whenever you guys are ready to email me or give me a call, I'll be in the office tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, yes. And apparently, just I'm glad to hear that she did receive it. You received his resignation. Yes, all right. Anyone else? Oh, Kevin, wait a minute, Julie's up there.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Takes you longer to get up. I just want to make a comment about the office assistant. I would like to see that position stay, because as planning commission chair, I've come to rely on that very heavily on that person, especially during our master plan. She runs a lot of copy stuff for us because we were changing stuff every month. Same thing when the solar ordinance we were doing. I mean, we got chastised for using a lot of paper, but it was necessary. And I meet with her usually Tuesdays and Thursdays to see if we have any business. She's kept up our business contacts, handled our public hearing announcements. I know she did a lot with the marijuana businesses when she first started, and we were planning was kind of, not much going on. I don't know, I'd like to see the position stay. I'm disappointed that everybody can't get along. I don't have an answer for that, but there is a description for a planning assistant And if you need a copy of that, I can get you a copy of what that job description is. And it lists everything that she does, and has done for the planning commission. So that kind of, over and above whatever the original job description was. But she fulfills a lot. I'm sorry, we can't, planning can't support 20 hours a week. I mean, it just doesn't happen, but there have been some weeks that, yeah, she's done a lot of work for us. I can communicate with her email and say, Tammy, I need these copies. Can you have them, send them to her first thing in the morning and she's got them in the afternoon that we need for something, especially when meetings are coming up. She does help us set up our meetings, does our minutes, does the videotapes for us, preps all our packets. Just gives you an idea that if you feel that there's some other way to cover all them duties, then it's you guys' right to do that. I'm just gonna register the disappointment that I kind of feel the position, at least part of it needs to stay. So,
Thanks, Kevin.
thank you.
Okay, Julie. Listen up here, Julie's trying to.
Yeah.
Wow. You are a disappointment. First off. John, you've sat on the board quite a long time, been reappointed back to it. Eric, you too, you've sat here on this board for several terms. The two of you, along with Chris, this is her second term, Stacy's first term here. But means that the two of John and Eric have the most experience. The disappointment in knowing that you helped put together the marijuana ordinance and you're sitting here telling the board you have no idea where that money goes when it comes in. Wow, how many budgets have you sat through? It's amazing how many. And you're asking those questions. Chris knows where they go. She should know where they go. She should know what those numbers are. Learn your job. After all this time, seriously? Secondly, why was Farley Enterprise Freight Train treated differently than the other applicants?
Yeah.
Why were they treated differently?
I'm gonna let her answer that question because she has the description.
Because Farley's lawyer contacted our lawyer. And the office assistant is not the allowed Farley's stuff. I've got all of it in here because of what happened last year with the planning. There was a dispute,
The point of the story was actually a note came from them saying
the lawyers
they're not comfortable with that
with her
situation.
handling that. That's the reason.
I see. So again, it's personal, it's not business, it's personal.
It wasn't personal with me.
Well, it's personal.
If you're okay with her responding.
That's fine, as long as I have my time.
Yeah, well, I'll cut your time down right there.
They're the ones where the office assistants planted the hemp to try to kill the marijuana facility.
Chris, I know all about what's going on. Thank you for your trying to explain what's going on.
Okay, well,
As far as
trying
the,
to clarify.
and that's a Rachel word, clarification. So here's my clarification for the board. It's disgusting. I see that Rachel couldn't make it here because who knows what. You know what? That's her personal life, whatever. She has every right to be gone. However, to be her minion and to show up here and say, oh, I'm just getting rid of that position. No, that's a target. That's a personal target. It's a personal target. And within her job duties as the office assistant, it appears that things have been taken away from her over and over again. We rushed to answer the phone. We've taken away the hall. We've taken away this. We've taken away that. She was tasked with doing the marijuana. And I agree with Kevin. I agree with Kevin. Because she wasn't in your little clique, you want her gone. That's what it appears to be. It appears that there are several bullies in the office. Several. So go ahead, keep pushing it. Pretty disgusting. And you say it's not personal, it is personal. Eugene's right too. You base a whole lot of your stuff, all of your decisions. I know how I feel and if I like that person or not. I've seen it over and over. I sat on that board for 4 years. I know how you work. It's baloney. And I'm disappointed in you, for sure.
All right, what else do we got?
I'm Doug, I represent Freight Train Cameron for the enterprise. To clarify things, it was your lawyer who asked for the clerk or that individual not to look over my paperwork.
It's
It had nothing to do with me. It wasn't a personal thing, nothing whatsoever. I particularly do not want to see anybody lose their job. I'm not an advocate for firing people. I don't care one way or another. It was not my decision, not our decision. It was that person's decision who said they should not look at it.
Thank you for your clarification.
Anyone else? Thank you, Doug.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nothing to do with you.
I think I'm allowed to come back up.
If anyone else wants to come up, does anyone else before Eugene comes back? Looks like you're good.
All right, good. One thing I would like to say too is I don't know if Kevin gets enough attaboys for everything he does for this township. But for an old farm guy, he's pretty knowledgeable. And I wish I had half of that knowledge. And again, please try to keep personal feelings out of your thinking. I can see people voting no on stuff just because like that's their only word. Because they don't like what Eric did, they don't like what Stacy did, they don't like what John did, they don't like what Patrick did. But again, until today, I thought you guys were actually getting to be one of the better boards, but after today's act, I would actually like to see Tim put in his resignation. For the board.
No personal.
You're gonna
You're gonna get board comments in just a minute. You'll have a chance. Anyone else? Okay. All right. Now it's board members. Tim, if you want to comment, now is the time.
Yeah, I'm not resigning. I'll tell you that right now. I'm here for 4 years to clean up this mess.
Maybe we need to do it.
People voted me in. They didn't elect me. They voted me in. Like John got elected.
Okay. Eric, you wanna do a little board comments?
Sure. Just to the comment earlier about the flipping you off, Tim, I did see you drive by, I didn't flip you off, and if you think I did, sorry. Other than that, thanks so much for coming out. It is what it is, was such a bear with it. You know, come out.
Pat, you?
Yep. First off, it's nothing personal against Eric, nothing personal against Stacy. The point I was trying to make is everybody's got skeletons in their closets. And for that reason, every one of us could request that somebody resign for some reason or another. I personally don't care, Eric doesn't pay his taxes, hell, I don't wanna pay taxes, I don't think anybody does. I don't honestly care who is the clerk's deputy or why she's there, but it's just the fact that there's skeletons in everybody's closets. And everybody can be asked to resign, hell, I got skeletons in my closet, you can ask me to resign for. That being said, I 100% agree with Eugene that the childishness has to stop. I've been watching for 12 years. And in 12 years, this is actually one of the better boards with the least amount of fighting. Hell, we'll be out of here by 8:30. Honestly, think about it, the last board, the last time the board was here, the fighting was so bad, they were there until 11, 12 o'clock at night sometimes. And it wasn't that you had 1, 2, 3, 4 people that took everything personally. And it wasn't just the 3 no's and the 4 yeses, it was everybody on the board. And, you know, I have to give my wife props, she tried to keep a level head among everybody, and it always got out of control. And I will go after Rachel in an email, I'll say it to her face, with anybody. I'll have an argument with them, but up here should not be an argument. It should not be a fight. It should not be anything other than we come together and we do the township's business for the residents who elected us to do the township's business. Freight train, I'm sorry I voted no, but like I said, we have nothing in the ordinance yet for outdoor grow. We're trying to get it in there. My whole recommendation is we go rural. Everybody goes rural as far as outdoor grow.
I was told that wasn't an option by several boards here. Based on zoning, that it's already industrial and blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have invested $1 million where we're at now.
Yeah, I think it's just gotta go back and get discussed with zoning and everybody else, but you know, I do greatly appreciate that everybody's applications are coming in, looking the way they're supposed to be looking, because you hate to say no, but if you don't do it right and something comes back and I gotta look out for the township and the township's money as well as the residents and everybody else. And if we open ourselves up to lawsuits, then sooner or later, $113,000 insurance bill is gonna be $500,000 to $1 million every year, because we're constantly getting sued for doing dumb things. We have things in place that state that you have to follow rules, we'll follow the rules, and everything goes smooth, and nobody gets sued. It's not that I'm an advocate fighting for Tammy, I'm saying do not open us up, because I know for a fact she is filed with the EEOC. And do not open us up for a huge lawsuit or any kind of criminal activity or charges or whatever that the state can bring upon us. It's gotta go through Gilner. You guys wanna get rid of her, go through Gilner, get it worked out. And eliminate the position, if that's what you all wanna do, but do it the right way. And then we are safe and we're not paying exorbitant fees out to people that want to sue us. Thanks everybody for coming. Have a good night. Let's make it by 8:30. Go team.
Okay, Stacy, that may happen. Go ahead.
Yes, Pat's right. The stuff that happens against each other should be kept out of this, for one. Good point. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming up.
That was
There
it?
you go.
Oh, well, Chris, go ahead. Kind of threw me there for a minute.
So, yeah, I just like to comment on, so the reason I voted yes to, I kind of agree with Eric. About the office assistant. But after listening to Kevin and listening to everything that the office assistant does for him, kind of makes me think better of it. I only voted yes because we hired the office assistant position when we didn't have a deputy clerk. The office assistant was there, she would help answer the phones and, you know, do extras. But now that we have a full-time clerk's department and a full-time treasurer's department, I just kind of agreed with Eric, so I voted yes. But like I said, now that I understand a little bit more what they're helping Kevin, I don't remember taking anything. I don't. A resident, I don't know if I'm supposed to say her name, stated that we keep taking stuff from her. I don't know the haul. I don't know what you mean by taking the haul away.
It's just,
Um,
it's just your comment, I know, nobody, go ahead, I'm
but
sorry.
that's okay, so I don't feel like we, and as far as I know, I mean, I am very polite to her, and I'm sure she will tell you that, so. Anyways, with that being said, things are coming out.
I'm just gonna elaborate on that a little bit, I think, you know, if our office is capable in hours and we can absorb that work efficiently. Then that's what we should do, but I didn't know that, so I had to vote no because no one told me how Kevin's situation is gonna be resolved and how that was gonna happen. So for just to throw that out there like that, I couldn't really, I like things cleaner and clearer to me for that, so that was why I voted no, but overall, we accomplished a lot in this meeting, we got it done in a relatively timely fashion. And we're probably gonna get you out on schedule there, so in that case, I'm gonna ask for a motion to adjourn and.
And before the motion, I'd like to say thanks to John for stepping up and sharing a very good meeting this evening.
I'd like to mention the lawn people.
Oh, we got a lawn care people here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's right, you were gonna talk about them. Go ahead, you got a couple of minutes?
Okay, we had mentioned to Rachel once before about getting lawn care people because they would carry their own insurance, take care of their own equipment and possibly do snow removal at the same time. Tim has spoke with the lawn care crew that's out there right now. And we're gonna get, I guess, a couple more, a couple more estimates and stuff. But if you guys can give us a couple of minutes to come up and tell us what you gotta do.
Yeah, you will need you're just gonna have to give us a proposal. And in your proposal, tell us.
We've already provided that to Tim.
I have it. I'm getting other.
My name is Mark Hawley. I live 1403 One Mile Road. This is my son Bear. My family's been in this township probably longer than most of all your families put together. Over 100 years. So I understand what this is. Tim tracked us down, chased us down. At first I thought you were funny. Just be honest. So then we came up, walked through it, he told us what he's looking for. We know we can save the township money by allowing a 17-year-old that is fully insured, LLC, bonded, backed by several of the people that back other projects here in this township. Marijuana growers, some of them are already on. We do work for them. If you guys want us to provide services for you, we'll greatly do it. He's got top-notch equipment, 2025s, 24s. Our equipment's probably newer than yours, so we won't have the expense that you have in maintaining your equipment. Besides, it takes your guys a lot longer than it would take us. Yeah, being that said,
No, that's it. There you go. Tim's got the estimates, that's fine.
you got everything you need.
The board will look at that. You know, let me ask you this. You're strictly mowing, or are you doing snow plowing?
Snowplow, salting, everything. In fact, one of the diesels are sitting out there with
Does
his
it include grass mowing and snow plowing?
grass mowing, weed whipping, the cemetery.
That's what I just want to make sure.
Salt.
Just want to make sure it's inclusive.
The only thing that we didn't include was salting the cemetery, because it did not mention that. You mentioned the parking lots here and stuff.
Primarily, we're concerned.
Digging graves,
Pardon me?
digging graves.
Different graves?
Oh, don't they great?
No, we gotta keep the guys for that.
I mean, I got an excavator.
No, that's fine, though, but if you was someone who was doing the grass mowing, the snow plowing, the weed whacking and the salting,
Yeah,
would take care of a majority of our.
yeah, sir. We would provide all those services.
So Yes, that's fine. When Tim gets the other ones, we'll definitely look at them and, we'll always have to be cost effective, conscious for that. So I'm sure we'll look at it.
Thank you. These license assured and bonded.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Bear.
I'm sorry, I forgot about your.
You're fine.
Okay, now is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Well, that didn't take long. Okay. We are adjourned. Oh, yeah, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
I think that used gavel.
I wanted to gavel. Yeah. Apparently someone had to go to the bathroom.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
I know that. Can we, I don't know.